I would like to present to you the class of 2022. And now that everybody has been seated, I'm going to ask you to rise again for our pledge of allegiance, national anthem, and our alma mater. If you are unfamiliar with our alma mater, the lyrics will be back in the program, and please feel free to sing along. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Southlake is featuring our graduate Jaron Barber on drums. He will be playing the song Upbeat by Randall Standridge, otherwise known as Randy Standry. So let's give it up for Jaron. Good evening, members of the Board of Education, Superintendent Ducharme, faculty and staff, distinguished guests, families, friends, alumni, and most importantly, the extraordinary class of 2026. Welcome to commencement exercises at Cambridge Central School. Tonight is one of my favorite evenings of the year. It's a celebration of achievement, perseverance, growth, and possibility. While this ceremony marks the end of your high school years, it is also the beginning of a new chapter, one that each of you will write in your own way. As I was preparing my remarks, I realized something that made me smile. The members of this class of 2026 were born in 2007. A year that holds special meaning for me. It is also the year the very first class I advised and started teaching in 2001 graduated at Cambridge Central. While many of you were learning to crawl, I was learning what it meant to watch a group of students grow into young adults and send them out into the world. Now, nearly 2 decades later, I have the privilege of doing it again. The world looks a little different in 2007, and I get requests for this every year. So the very first iPhone had just been produced. Blockbuster was still open, and we're there in the 1900s. High School Musical 2 dominated television Gas was around $2.80 a gallon. Wow, I'm happy. Pleasant. And a gallon of milk cost about $3.80, and eggs were roughly $1.60 a dozen. Looking at today's prices, it means we'd all have to take a trip back to 2007 for a quick grocery run. A lot has changed since then. Technology has changed, the world has changed, and all of you have certainly changed, from curious kindergartners into confident, capable graduates. One thing, however, has remained constant. Cambridge has always been a place where people invest in one another. This community has a remarkable way of celebrating its students, not just tonight, but every step of the journey. That spirit is one of the things that makes Cambridge so special. In fact, I'd like to recognize something unique about our school community, so audience, I need your participation. If you are a graduate of Cambridge Central School, would you please stand? They walk the same hallways, pretty much, worried about many of the state exams, celebrated the same traditions, and crossed this very stage. They are living proof that while your years as a student in Cambridge may be ending, your connection to this school will never really go. I'd also like to recognize another very special group of people. For nearly half of the families here tonight, this graduation marks more than the completion of high school. It marks the end of an era. If you are a parent or guardian whose youngest child is graduating this evening, and after tonight you no longer have children attending Cambridge Central School, would you please stand? Thank you for entrusting us with your children. Thank you for the countless early mornings, late night homework sessions, concerts, games, parent-teacher conferences, fundraisers, and every ride to and from school events. Whether your family's connection to Cambridge has lasted 13 years or several generations, your partnership has helped shape our school community. Although your role is changing, we hope you will always consider yourselves part of the Cambridge family. Once the tiger, always the tiger. Class of 26, you have undoubtedly heard Robert Frost's famous words about taking the road less traveled. It's wonderful advice, but I'd like to leave you with one additional thought. Sometimes you'll take the road less traveled. Sometimes you'll find yourself on the road that everyone else seems to be taking, and neither path guarantees success. What matters is having the courage to pause every once in a while and ask yourself, is this still the road I want to be on? Life isn't about never changing direction. Sometimes the greatest growth comes from making a U-turn, taking a detour, or choosing a completely different destination than the one you first imagined. Your diploma isn't the end of your story, it's simply permission to begin writing your next chapter. And that chapter is entirely yours to create. On behalf of the faculty, staff, administration, and the Board of Education, thank you for allowing us to be part of your journey. Congratulations to the class of 2020. Now my pleasure to turn the program over to Isaac Goodman, this year's salutatorian.
Good evening. I'd like to welcome the administration, school board members, faculty, staff, family, friends, most importantly, the graduating class of 2026. such an honor to stand before this crowd of proud parents, dedicated teachers, and my fellow classmates as this year's salutatorian. Every student on this stage is crossing the finish line of high school because they put in the work. But they didn't get here alone. Every victory they celebrate tonight is a shared win because all of their loved ones, teachers, counselors, and coaches ran this race with them, offering the advice and support they needed to finish strong. Speaking on behalf of my class, I would like to take this moment to wholeheartedly thank each of you for playing such an important role in getting each of us to this stage tonight. Your love, guidance, and sacrifices helped make this special milestone possible for each graduate. If there's one thing I've learned about life, it's that we don't have much control over what happens to us. We can't control the weather, sudden changes in our health, or how people may come against us. None of us get a free pass on problems and hardships during this journey called life. Facing adversities is an inevitable reality for all of us. Unexpected setbacks are guaranteed to slow all of us down at one point or another. As we make our way in this world, we will make mistakes and accidents will happen, and we will experience failures. This is the hard news. The good news is, no matter what life throws at us, we do have a choice. Despite our circumstances, we do have the power to decide how we will react. This simple phrase sums it up best. In life, there are only two things you can control: your attitude and your effort. Along the same lines, Charles Swindoll, pastor and author, coined the phrase, "After all, life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react." We may not have control over the disappointments, troubles, or roadblocks that come our way, but what we can control is our response to these challenges. When things start going sideways and nothing seems to be working out as planned, you have a choice to make between choosing to give up or refusing to give up. Even when you're overwhelmed by all that's coming at you, make up your mind that quitting is not an option. As you start the next chapter of your life, I urge each of you to embrace a steadfast determination when it comes to pursuing your dreams. Be stubborn about realizing your goals. But understand, the journey you are about to embark on will not be a success-only trip. There will be obstacles and detours along the way. When you get knocked down, don't stay there long. Get back up, dust yourself off, and move forward. Decide early on that no failure, no lack of funds, no health condition, nor a string of rejections will keep you from accomplishing big things. Since anything in life worth having is worth working for, accept that the process may take longer than we anticipate. Some of the most successful and influential people in history faced major rejections before achieving unprecedented success and fame. These early setbacks did not stop them from reaching the tops of their fields and becoming legendary figures in the world. Walt Disney was fired from an early job at a Missouri newspaper because his editor claimed he lacked imagination and had no good ideas. The original Harry Potter manuscript was rejected by 12 different publishers before it was finally accepted, making J.K. Rowling one of the best-selling authors in history. Abraham Lincoln endured decades of persistent rejections, political defeats, financial hardships, and personal tragedies before becoming one of the most revered U.S. presidents in history. Lincoln suffered 8 election losses over the course of 26 years before finally being elected President of the United States in 1860. If these trailblazers had accepted these failed attempts as the last order in their careers, the world would be a very different place today. Can you imagine our world without their contributions? Thankfully, they refused to quit on themselves and their dreams. There's a valuable lesson in their stories of failure that we can apply to our own futures. The world may not recognize your genius your first time out of the gate. Expect to hear a few no's on your journey. Just keep knocking on doors and showing up with enthusiasm until you get that yes. Having a mentality rooted in tenacity and resolve will get you there. Nelson Mandela once shared his outlook on winning and losing, which I found pretty insightful. He asserted, "I never lose. I win or I learn." Viewing failure as a lesson rather than a loss has a way of making us more open to new experiences and more willing to keep trying. Framed in this way, failure seems less consequential and more like a risk worth taking. I encourage you not to fear failure, but to welcome it. When the day comes and you are put to the test, be courageous enough to always bet on yourself, no matter who is not for you or what you are up against. May your resilient spirit always prevail. In closing, I would like to recite 2 stanzas from a fitting poem that sums up the message of hope I wish to share with my fellow graduates. It's a poem titled "Keep Going" by Edgar A. Guest, published in the Detroit Free Press on March 4th, 1921. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, and the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh. When care is pressing, you never. When care is pressing, you down a bit. Rest if you must, but don't you quit. Success is failure turned inside out, a silver tint of the clouds of doubt. And you never can tell how close you are. It may be near when it seems afar. So stick to the fight when your heart is hit. It's when things seem worse that you mustn't quit. Congratulations and cheers to the class of 2026.
Thank you, Isaac. Avery Brown will now deliver her valedictory address. Sorry, it's a little blurry.
Good evening, faculty, family, friends, and my fellow graduates. When I was asked for my speech at graduation, I was truly stumped. I mean, I'm terrified of speaking up here in front of all of you. I'm very anxious for this, but I had no idea where to even begin, what to look for, or how to write something that wraps up the 13 years that all of us have spent getting to this moment. But through asking every person I talked to what I should write about, or what they remembered most, I realized that we rarely remember every single accomplishment, achievement, recognition, or award that we have received. However, one thing would remain true through those countless conversations. We all remember how someone showed up for us, how our peers made us feel, who stayed the course with us, and who truly cared. These feelings are enclosed in our memories, whether this comes to you in memory of sports, pieces of art we created, our favorite teacher, the friends that got us through it all, or how our families showed up to any and every occasion they could. These memories were for only us and those involved to enjoy and carry. When I look back at my memories, I see me and my friends in study hall playing games when we should be doing math homework. Isaac Koopman card games. I see me and my friends walking the hallways when we should be in class. But I would describe the feelings I remember the most as love. These memories are and will be different for all of us, and I can explain how all of us define love. It truly is different for everyone in this room. But what I can say is that love is a word that is so familiar to us. We use it every day, but it is the hardest to define or put into a small scale and used in a speech. You can recognize the word so easily, yet it comes with such big emotions that no one will be able to describe it. I think this is because love is meant to be lived and to be carried on in memories, rather than be defined or explained. So, I leave you all with this. Real love is with you through every step of the way. It is not passive, conditional to others when convenient. It is created and cherished when it is given without needing any recognition for what you have done. Forgiven even when it seems like it's the hardest thing to do or someone is not quite worthy of it. Extending a hand when it feels like it can cost you everything, and anger for something you cared about, or a lingering bittersweet feeling. To love something means that it is okay to care and to try with all of your best intentions. When moving on to your next chapters, I want you to remember the love that was here in this building, and those memories that I know all of you have created, even if you don't want to admit that it was love yet, and how the love helped you through the changing seasons of your life. I mean, look up. The people in front of us are families. They were once in the spot. They felt the same changing emotions that we now feel. But through every step of their journey, they carry that same love and emotions they formed in high school. And that, through it all, that is what helped them make it right to this point here for us. I want you to carry the love that surrounds you in this room with you to those next chapters, to the new people you will meet, and apply to any situation that you cross. With this, you have the key to the next chapter and the gold at your hands. You have every reason to be scared. Everyone is. You will inevitably fail at some point, but just know that it won't stop you from doing all that you wish to accomplish. You have the love, memories, and drive to get you through. I wish you all the best of luck in your next chapter, even though I know you won't need it. Congratulations, class of 2026. Thank you.
At this time, it is my privilege to introduce someone who has meant a great deal to me. I'm going to try to do this. And this school, it's Mr. Ralph Arrington. Ralph is a proud 1988 graduate of Cambridge Central School. He returned home in 2009 to join our faculty as an art teacher. Then in 2016, somewhere between trivia night at the Dutch and maybe a couple of drinks, and what I can only assume was a momentary lapse in judgment, I convinced him to become our associate principal as I stepped into this role. I don't think either of us would have imagined the journey we'd take together over the next 9 years. We celebrated victories, worked through challenges, laughed till we cried, occasionally cried because we were laughing so hard, disagreed on more than a few occasions, and yes, we even hugged. We know what that means to me. Some of those disagreements out. Through it all, we've become not just colleagues, but lifelong friends. Now, Ralph's office is quite literally right next door to mine. And while on the scene every day, I'd be lying as I said, this hearing is music class in the wall before 8 a.m. every morning. Some mornings it was classic rock, some mornings it was country, some mornings it was the Grateful Dead, and every morning served as my unofficial announcement that Ralph has indeed arrived. Ralph, your love for this school, your unwavering commitment to students, and your ability to connect with just about everyone you meet has left an incredible mark on Cambridge Central School. Personally, I'll miss having you next door more than I can say, and thankfully retirement doesn't mean goodbye. Between pickleball, dog trials, and the occasional trip back to the Dutch, I know our friendship isn't going anywhere. Now, those of you who know Ralph also know that asking him to keep it brief is a bit like asking an art teacher to paint with only one color. Our students understand exactly what I mean. Our faculty certainly does too. In fact, whenever Ralph was the last person to comment during a faculty meeting, I could always count on one pull of several glances toward the clock and then toward me, wondering if there was any hope of getting out before dinner. So Ralph, in the spirit of retirement and because these graduates have somewhere to be, I simply want to say thank you. Thank you for your friendship, your leadership, your humor, your heart, and your years of service at Cambridge Central School. Thank you for welcoming for one final commencement address. Associate Principal and colleagues, my friend, my partner in educational crime, and the only person I know who can turn a 5-minute story into 20-minute masterpiece, Ralph Harrington.
Thank you, Caroline. I think, I was sitting here last night looking at this group, and I thought to myself, when I was asked to write a speech for graduation, I was honored, obviously. But how do you put into words a child's career, 13 years, the experiences, and also what do you say to them that might be memorable, lasting, impactful? And I was looking at this group last night, and I gotta say, I just filled up with pride, and actually probably almost got a little emotional looking out at the crowd. I could stop and tell a story about almost every one of you in here. Same thing tonight, looking out at you guys. And when I looked at this group last night, I thought, there are children, there are grandchildren, there are great-grandchildren, there are legacy, and they are our future. And I've got to say, we hear in the world now with the media and all the things, this is an amazing group of kids that is talented beyond belief. Our school is filled with amazing educators and workers. Our community is filled with amazing parents and generationally. And I just felt that connection. And I had to share that with you guys. And these guys are the embodiment and the future of that goodwill. So the speech, I don't know if it's appropriate to title a speech, but I did. And I titled the speech, This Place here, Cambridge Central. I'm really honored that Ms. Goss asked me to address you, the class of 2026, especially since this place is so special to me. Here, I've been a student, a teacher, a parent, an assistant principal, and a community member. It was 38 years ago today when I sat exactly where you are, not in the gym, but graduating. As you look out at this crowd, graduates, take a moment to think about this place where you grew up, learned about the world, was taught to think critically, forged forever friendships, made mistakes, cried, laughed, discovered favorite teachers, made countless memories, was awakened to new possibilities, and poured your heart and soul into being the best that you could be. So I would share with you, this place is a part of you, and you left your mark on it. Be confident in the knowledge that we are proud of you all and all that you guys have accomplished. Also, take a moment to appreciate your parents and the people in your life that have helped you navigate your CCS journey. Think about how lucky you are that they've been in your corner the whole way. And I can tell you with 100% certainty, they are bursting with pride and joy right now. Much of my life has revolved around this place. For decades, I've watched as the students of CCS have grown up in our school and community. This connection extends way beyond the hallowed halls of the school and into our town. Whether on Main Street, the Little League field, at Balloon Fest, or any of the other small town Cambridge community events, I can still see many of your faces as you walk up and down my sidewalk to share trick or treat, or simply, hey, Mr. Harrington, as you pedal by on your bicycles. We truly do have a special community. And look at you guys now, sitting there on this stage, poised, ready to take the next step on your journey. As you ponder the future and plan your next adventure, know that this place has equipped you with the tools and abilities to be successful, and will always be here for you. So, where will your journey take you? Whether it's across the globe, the country, or across the street, the power that you have to change the world is exactly the same. It doesn't matter who you are. What I challenge you today to become a hero. A hero to yourself, your family, your community, and your world. Oxford English Dictionary defines a hero as a person admired for courage, outstanding achievements, or noble qualities, often risking their life or acting as a self-protective figure. Joseph Campbell, in his work, Hero with a Thousand Faces, discusses the common themes that exist in many cultures' accounts of what the hero's journey looks like. Campbell identifies 3 stages. They are departure, initiation, and return. Simply stated, the person leaves, faces and overcomes many obstacles, and then returns as a hero with great powers and new revelations. To state it even more simply, I'll use my high school art teacher, Ian Hodell's words to me when I was preparing for graduation. And I always thought this was funny, but the older I get, the more I realize he's right. Ian said, simply, you have to leave home. You have to leave to come home. Here you guys stand, ready for departure from this place. Stage 1 of the hero's journey. As you leave CCS, be brave and strong, and know that you carry this place within you. I give this advice, and before I do, Avery, there must have been something going around cosmically that needed this to be said. This is the advice I give. Lead with love, fall in love, be a beacon of love. There is no easier road to becoming a hero than to love. So here we are, gathered together to honor the class of 2026 on this truly special occasion. Like the generations of Cambridge graduates before them, they are taking their rightful spot in the ever-evolving story that is this place. Soak it in, graduates, enjoy it, and know you deserve to celebrate. Congratulations to the class of 2026.
It is my pleasure to present the class of 2026 to Mr. Price, President of the Board of Education, and Mr. Ducharme, our Superintendent of Schools, for the awarding of diplomas. Will the first row please rise? Addison M. Barton, Regents Diploma. Lily Grace Baker. Bridget Elizabeth Tolman, Advanced Education. Ashley Brooke Moses, Advanced Diploma. Nolan Hunt, Regents Diploma with Honors. Emily Christine D'Souza, Advanced Regents Diploma. Jenna Maria Babushkin, Advanced Regents Diploma. Avery Elizabeth Brown, Advanced Regents Diploma. Isaac Andre Koopman, Advanced Regents Diploma with Honors. Jaron O. Barber, Advanced Regents Diploma with Mastery in Science. Corbin Hall, Advanced Regents Diploma. Ewan Letter Barnes, Advanced Regents Diploma with Honors, Mastery in Science and Mathematics. Alexandra Peterson, Advanced Regents Diploma. Norman White, Advanced Regents Diploma. Will the first row please be seated, and the second row please rise. Cody J. Bolton, advanced range senior. Anthony J. Brownell, Regents Diploma. Liam Carroll, Regents Diploma with technical endorsement. Henry Dill, Advanced Regents Diploma with honors. Sophia Dow, Regents Diploma. Ava Grace Henderson, Advanced Regents Diploma. Amy Marie Husney, Regents Diploma. Olivia Ann Maholick, Advanced Regents Diploma. Joshua LaFountain, Diploma with technical. Estella Jane Quinlaw, Regents Diploma. Quinn Charles Keegan, Regents Diploma. Carter R. Jeffords, Regents Diploma with technical endorsement. Reagan A. Hunt, Regents Diploma. Skylar Gray, Regents Diploma. Evel Donders, Advanced Regents Diploma with Mastery of Science. Carson Cody, Regents Diploma. Alyssa Byer, Regents Diploma with technical endorsement. Gabriel Bonzak, Regents Diploma. The second row, please be seated. And the third row, please be seated. Ryan P. Marr, Regents Diploma. Holden Milena McGreevy, Regents Diploma. Preston Peabody, Regents Diploma. Molly Grace Reynolds, Advanced Regents Diploma. Miles Eric Madsen, Regents Diploma. Jack Lawrence Rufo, High School Diploma. Abigail Spicer, Regents Diploma. Ava Madison Thompson, Regents Diploma. Danielle May Trinkle, Regents Diploma. Jacob Wardwell, Regents Diploma. Emmanuel Tremblay, Advanced Regents Diploma. Jonah Stevens, Regents Diploma with Technical Endorsement. Cooper D. Ruddle, Regents Diploma. Claire Rufo, Advanced Regents Diploma with Mastery in Science. Josie Marisabel Rivera, Regents Diploma. Joshua J. Pratt, Regents Diploma. Augustus Morse, Advanced Regents Diploma. Alan Jesse Rowland, Regents Diploma. Luke Alexander McDougall, Advanced Regents Diploma. Rachel Elizabeth Lewis. Will the third row please be seated? I will now hand the program over for closing remarks from our superintendent of schools, Mr. Jason Sharp.
Good evening, everyone. Congratulations, graduates. I've had the privilege of serving the district this past year as the superintendent of schools. It has been an honor to get to know and work with your graduates and the Cambridge community as a whole. Before we close the ceremony, I'd like to thank everyone who has contributed to the success of each young man and woman. Thank you to the many educators who have worked with these students throughout elementary and high school. A special thank you to everyone that creates the support system at home for our students. I know that I would not be able to do what I do without having a great support system at home. So thank you to everyone that creates that support system for our students at home. Graduates, please make sure you take the time to thank all of your family and friends tonight or this weekend. They have been with you on this ride from the beginning. To the class of 2026, you are a special group of young adults for many reasons. I've got to watch a lot of it firsthand this year. You have endured a 12-year ride, and believe it or not, it's just the beginning of a lifelong journey of learning. And remember, as many people have pointed out tonight, you have endless possibilities ahead of you. And I am confident that each one of you will do amazing things in the very near future. Cambridge is your home. You saw that on display tonight. Avery and Isaac talked about it. It will always be your home, your starting place, a place we hope you come back to and create strong connections to our school district and community for a long time to come. Graduates, you have made every interaction this year an extremely positive one for me in my first year here. You will all have many firsts as you embark on your next chapter. I encourage you to take the road that is more difficult instead of looking for the path of least resistance. You will learn more from the challenging road, and it's a path that rewards you immensely over time. I know you will do great things moving forward. If you have one takeaway from my comments tonight, please let it be the following. I've said this to every graduating class I've had the privilege to address over the last 10 years. It hangs on my wall in my office. Find your purpose and live by it. When you find something you love to do and you do it every day, you will never have to work a day in your life. I know this firsthand. Graduates, thank you. Thank you for a year that was filled with memories for me, for this community, memories that you have had in this community for years, and hopefully memories that you'll continue to make in this community. This weekend is yours, the summer is yours. Make the most of it, because it is probably the last time as a group you will all be together. You will go on your own paths and make great things. But please remember, this is your home. Thank you. At this time, I have the privilege of handing the final steps of graduation back to the stalls. Thank you, everyone.
This almost brings the graduation program to a close, but before I formally make the declaration for graduates, we ask the members of the audience to please remain seated until the graduates have exited the gymnasium. Families are able to reunite with their graduates outside the back entrance of the gym. Please be safe, stay healthy, and don't be a stranger. Will the class of 2026 please stand? authority vested in me, I declare members of the class of 2026 to be graduates of Cambridge Central School. If you are wearing your graduation caps and tassels, please transfer the tassel on your cap.